What's good, nation? It's Mike. Chef Mike's back. We're going to do a nice little class today. I have some friends that I bring in today, so my friendly troops are here today to taste some tacos. I got two different style of tacos we're going to do today. I've had a ton of people ask me, hey Mike, I have tacos here, I've had tacos there. What's your favorite taco? So I'm going to do two of my favorites today. Today we got some skirt steak from Double R Ranch, so we're going to use that for a carne asada. What I love about skirt steak is it actually used to be one of those meats you toss away because it was so tough. But actually we figured out how to make it so that when you cut it, it's super tender, and it's actually used in a lot of things. You can use it for tacos. I use it for Philly cheesesteaks. I mean, there's a ton of options you can use for it. It's really tender. So I'll show you how to cook that properly and how to cut it properly. Also, we're gonna do some shrimp tacos. We're gonna do a little cabbage slaw, and I made a little chipotle crema to go with it, so we're going to do that. I also got the molcajete out today, so we're going to do a fresh guacamole, which everybody's going to love. You're going to be making that for everybody, trust me. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out by marinating our steak. So what I got here is I got, like I said, the nice flank steak. So we got a bag here. I usually use like a gallon bag. You can use a bowl, but I got that. So a couple things I want you to notice on the steak is how the grain goes. So when I tell you you cut against the grain, you're going to cut opposite. So that's what's going to make it tender, and we'll show you more of that later. But that's why it comes right underneath the cow here. So what it's used to kind of hold a lot of stuff in. So that's why it's kind of tougher. So it kind of keeps everything in there. So it protects the ribs. So you want to make sure you cut that properly. So in our marinade, a quick, easy marinade, I got some avocado oil. So we're going to toss that in there. We got a little soy sauce. Okay. Notice my perfect measurement. I just kind of go by taste for the most part. A little bit of my seasoning, which is a Southwest seasoning. A little lemon pepper. And a little garlic. All right, then we have this Saison Goya packet, which is a nice seasoning packet. I use that a lot, especially in chicken. It just gives it some really good flavors. It has a little chili seasoning in there and everything. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna mix this around. And then we're gonna go with one lime. So this marinade's definitely a foolproof if you want to make any kind of carne asada, no matter what kind of meat you use. I generally like to marinate this overnight. So I do have one ready to go, so they're not waiting 24 hours today. So I'm just going to show you how to make this, and then we'll show you the marinated finished product. So once I got that lime juice in there, just mix it around. And we're going to go right into our meat here. Another thing you can add to this too, if you have it, is some beer. Just like a little splash of some beer. That helps too. Helps break down the meat a little bit, marinate it, makes it nice and tender. So we're just gonna close it like this. Make sure you get all the air out of it. And just kind of mix it around in there. Make sure you get it all inside all the nooks and crannies of that beef. And we're gonna set this in the fridge. We're gonna let it marinate overnight. And then we'll be back, we'll slap this on the grill, but when we come back, we're gonna make some guacamole, so I'll see you in a minute. All right guys, we're back. We're gonna make a nice guacamole. I got my molcajete, or like motor and pedestal is what they call it. I think that's what it's called. I've always called it molcajete. My grandma used to make everything in this, salsa, everything. So you got your little guy here, you're just gonna grind everything in there. So first thing I'm gonna do is get some garlic in there. So I'm gonna kind of smash a little bit of garlic. And then what I like to do is start with the garlic always, because it kind of gives everything a good flavor. So I'm gonna put some lime juice in here with the garlic. So I'm gonna do one whole lime. We can add some lime later if we need it, but generally this is about enough. All right, so from there we're gonna put some salt. And then we're gonna go ahead and start mashing everything up. So we want to get all that the flavor out of this, all the nice oils that are in the garlic. And you definitely want to mash it up. Like I said, you don't want to bite into a big chunk of garlic. So just want to get this all worked up. And that's what I like about putting the lime and the salt in there right away, because it helps kind of break it down. So it's like a paste almost. Oh man, the smell is amazing too. You can always tell when someone's making something in this. You can smell it clear across the room. All right. And also we're going to use some roasted jalapeno. I got some avocado, fresh tomato, some onion, and pretty much that's it. I mean, keep it basic because it's good. The flavors from the avocados are going to be what you need. So, all right. So I don't know if you can see that. That's just a little bit of a, now it looks like almost like a soup. It's nice and clear. Everything's broke down. So now we're going to start adding the ingredients. So I'm going to chop up one of this. I got a roasted jalapeno. You can just throw this on an open fire, or you can cook it in the air fryer. So we're going to throw that in there. And mash that around a little bit, get some of the flavors out of that too. And you can add a couple jalapenos if you want a little bit more heat, or keep the seeds in there a little bit too. That'll definitely change the flavor and heat. I took the seeds out of this one because I'm trying to keep it kind of mild. We got some hot salsa that we're going to go with this anyway. So, and then we're going to go in with some tomatoes. I'm going to take the seeds out of the tomatoes because I don't want it to be watery. I don't want it to water down this guacamole. So it's going to do it like that. Oops, toss that in there. Just gonna cube it up because we're gonna smash it in there anyway, so I just wanna make sure it's not gonna be in big chunks. We didn't roast this, so it's not going to fall apart like that jalapeno will. So I didn't really have to dice the jalapeno up as much. Okay, perfect. We're going to open up these avocados here. Oh, they're nice today too. Got some nice ripe avocados. Perfect. And then a spoon. I'll take this avocado out. This makes it a lot easier. Just grab a spoon and follow the skin, kind of go down. And then I like to kind of, as I'm adding them, kind of mash them up a little bit. Perfect. All right. Some more. Seeds out of these guys. One more. Okay, perfect. So now we're just going to go in here and kind of mash everything together. And this is where we'll add all our seasoning to it. Like I said, I like to keep it pretty basic. Salt, pepper, and a little bit of granulated garlic is all you really need for this. Smells delicious. Then we're going to refrigerate this and keep it ready so when we get our tacos all ready to go, it'll be nice and chilled. All right, so now we're gonna add a little bit of black pepper. And we're gonna add a little bit of granulated garlic. Notice I didn't add any salt yet because I wanna make sure that we put salt to begin with, so I wanna make sure I didn't add too much. So, then last but not least, we're gonna add a little bit of cilantro to this. Actually, we got our onion. Still got my onion sitting here. We're gonna toss a little bit of cilantro. Fresh. I'm gonna throw a little bit of diced onion in there. We don't want it to take over all the flavors, so we're just gonna add that in there. So now, at this point, I'm just gonna kind of mix it around. It's already all smashed in there. Everything off of there. Gonna give this a nice little stir. Then we're gonna taste it for salt content, make sure we have enough. Perfect. Okay. Taste it for salt. That's delicious. Gonna add just a little bit more salt. And I'm gonna cover this up, put it in the fridge, and we'll be back. Guys, we're back. I got some shrimp here. We're gonna use some 2630 extra large shrimp. We want these to be nice and meaty in these tacos, so I don't want to give these guys a little bitty shrimp. So what you kind of want to do with the shrimp, we just want to peel all these, make sure they're deveined. So the vein usually comes right along the backside here. If you don't see that, then that's good. But if you do see that, a lot of times these are already done for you. Which one this one says it is, it's an easy peel. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your shrimp by the tail, squish it, then that's going to take that whole back off, and then you just peel the rest of it off. It just comes right off. So a little tedious. I mean, usually I let my kids do this stuff so I can get away with just cooking. But today we're gonna do all these. So I'm gonna peel these up and we'll be right back and we'll show you, we'll get the steak on the grill. So I'll see you in a minute. All right guys, so 24 hours of marinade. We got this guy out here. So we're gonna bring this guy out into a pan. Oh yeah. Okay, so the good thing about this is once it's marinated, obviously you got all the good flavor in there that you need. But the other thing you want to make sure you do before you hit the grill is let it rest for about an hour. When you take it out of the refrigerator, you want it to be room temperature when you hit this thing on the grill. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on the grill. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna make a nice little slaw for our shrimp tacos. So I'm gonna make a little coleslaw type thing. So it'll be quick, easy. So we'll see you in a minute. We'll take this guy out. All right guys, we're back. We're gonna make a quick slaw while that's out there grilling. So I got some cut up cabbage here. So we're just gonna use this. You can cut your own cabbage if you want, but this is like $1 or something. So why not just get it already shredded up for you, so it makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna do the cabbage there. We're gonna add a few ingredients to this. So I'm gonna get my peeler out. We're gonna add some carrot, some tomato, some cilantro, and some green onions to this. Just something a little fresh to go with the shrimp. You always wanna peel your carrot. Okay. And we're just going to cut this. Whenever you're cutting a carrot, I like to take a piece of it off like that, and then that way you have a flat surface. So that way it's not rolling on you, because there's nothing worse than cutting something and then it rolls on you. So always keep it safe. So cut one piece like that, and then you can cut straight down so you don't have to worry about it rolling on you. And then from here, I'm just going to cut some nice little julienne pieces here. So then we're going to go in with a little bit of cilantro. Some tomato. Same thing with this. I don't want all the liquid in there, so I'm just going to take some of the seeds out of there. Going to dice these up. Alright, perfect. Then we're going to do a couple green onions here. Out of there. Just gonna cut these on the bias. Perfect. All right, so all we're gonna do now is just gonna mix this up. I'm gonna add a little lime juice to it, some salt and pepper, and let this refrigerate for a little bit, let the juices and everything kind of marry together. And then we're gonna use this for our shrimp tacos. So we'll be back to make some shrimp here in a second. All right, so now that we got our shrimp all peeled up, we're gonna go ahead and start cooking them while the steak's going. So I'm just gonna take a couple pieces of butter here. And we're going to use some garlic, so some fresh garlic. Dice that up here. We're going to use some lemon, and then our seasonings are going to be my Southwest seasoning. We got some lemon pepper and some garlic, so pretty easy. You're going to let the shrimp kind of speak for themselves. We don't want to mask it with too much flavor, because they are so good already the way they are. And then we're gonna have that chipotle crema that's gonna go on top of them as well. So, all right, cut this guy open. All right, so follow me over to the pan. All right, so we're gonna go in with our shrimp. So remember, shrimp cook fast, so we don't want to leave them on too long, because then they're going to turn rubbery. So we want to cook those pretty quick. So we're going to go with that. We're going to stir these around. They start turning pink when they're done, so you can kind of see they're already starting to turn pink. So you don't want to overcook them. So we're going to go like that. We're going to toss in our garlic. Give it some good flavor. Hit it with some seasonings. So I got some lemon pepper, some granulated garlic, some Southwest seasoning, stir this around. While that's cooking, we're gonna throw a couple slabs of butter. Some fresh lemon juice. We're gonna let these cook until they're done, and we'll be back shortly. All right, our steak's perfect where I want it to be. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the tent with it. Shove it down right there. We're gonna cover it up real nice and tight so that way all the juices get a chance to circulate back into the meat. And we're gonna go assemble some tacos, get these guys fed. So, come on in. All right, guys. We got the meat out now, so I'm gonna go ahead and, where did my tops go? Oh, there they are. I'll bring this guy out. It's been resting for a good 10 minutes. We wanted everything to go back into the meat so you don't lose all that flavor. Put that guy here. All right, so camera guy, I need a close-up of this real quick. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how the grains go against this and how to cut against the grain. A lot of people have no idea what that means, but the grains are those lines that come across here. You can see how that goes. So we're gonna cut against that. So first thing I'm gonna do, just to get some bite-sized pieces to go across it this way with the grain, slide those over, and then we're gonna cut against the grain. So when you cut against the grain, you can kind of see how it's just nice and you can actually almost see through it. That's tender, so that's what we want right there. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this guy up into nice pieces here, and then we'll be right back to assemble these guys. Now we're gonna assemble these guys here. A couple tortillas with the flour on the outside. Corn in the center. So we're gonna go with the beef on the outsides. We're not gonna skimp for these guys either. We're gonna make these things nice and yummy. Okay. We'll throw a little bit of cheese in there on both of these. Go on some of this fresh guacamole. And the center guy here, we're going to use some of this slaw mixture here. Go right into there. Some of the shrimp. Oh, get back in there. Okay, then cut. Forgot the crema. So the crema, what we did was we went ahead and blended up some Mexican cream with a little bit of lime juice and a couple chipotles in adobo sauce. So that's what gave it the nice color and the smokiness. Perfect. Add that on there. Perfect. So we'll be right back. We're gonna have the guys try it out and let you introduce some of my friends from the military. So give me a few minutes, we'll be right back. Let these guys try them out. All right guys, we're back. I got 3 of my buddies here. Let's start with Dave. Dave, one of my good friends. He loves tacos, he loves food. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Dave.
I retired from the military after 33 years. Met Mike here about 7 years ago at my kid's first birthday party. The original caterer bailed on me and Mike stepped up at short notice and he's been making awesome food and I've been enjoying it ever since.
Awesome. And then we got Walter. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Walt.
I've been in the military, in the Army or in the Army National Guard for 26 years now. I actually met Mike through my buddy Dave as he was cooking some food for his birthday party, I think. And then Mike and I decided to go hit some golf balls after that and we've been friends ever since.
Ooh. Got Martin here.
I've been in for 21 years and I actually met Mike just shopping, wearing Raiders gear obviously, so been of same team, so he hit me up and been friends ever since.
Cool, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys for coming out, man, and I hope you guys enjoy. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the shrimp one first. So Dave, go ahead and grab one of those shrimp tacos. Walt, yeah, yep. Try that, and I'm gonna grab some of these napkins for you guys. There you go. There's one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go for
Oh,
the
it
hard
smells
one.
amazing.
Out here in the middle.
There you go.
Yeah, stay in there.
Got it.
Perfect. All right, guys, go ahead and take a bite and tell me what you think.
Fantastic.
So,
Good job, Mike.
first thing you think about when you're doing this, obviously that slaw that kind of gives it a little body to it. And then obviously the shrimp. I mean, you've seen how simple we cook those shrimp and you got that flavor. So didn't lose any of that shrimp flavor, correct? Everything's
Yeah,
good?
not at all.
All right, cool. So I'm
That was
gonna
fantastic.
let you guys finish those up and then we're gonna go into the steak one. So we'll be right back, guys. So after eating those delicious shrimp tacos, now we're gonna go into beef. So kind of like a surf and turf theme. So I got some extra salsa here my brother made last night. It's delicious. So can't tell you the secret, it's just too hard to make. So we'll wait for later to do that. But let's go ahead and grab into one of these tacos now.
Definitely excited after the shrimp.
Yep, there's a little lime there if you want to add a little lime. More salsa, if you taste that salsa and you love it, go for it.
All right, Dave, I got you in.
Oh yeah.
That is good.
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Some more of that salsa that we just made up last night. Awesome. While these guys are eating, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about why and what I love about these guys. I mean, anyone that's defended our country, I know everything's been going crazy lately and you're watching the media and everybody's telling you all this bad stuff. Well, there is a lot of bad stuff going on in the world. And you know what? These guys stick their necks out for us and they protect us. We have freedom and we come in here and we actually do stuff like this without being bombarded by all kinds of craziness that's happening in the world. So I want to tell you guys I appreciate you guys and thank you for coming out, and you're welcome anytime. And hope you enjoy. We'll eat some more tacos, and thanks again, guys.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.